Israelites are today. And Jacob is sitting back, writing down a vision from the Lord, and he's getting a fast forward into history. And he's writing down prophecies and predictions. He was a prophet. This is showing he was a prophet. Our father was sitting down. Okay, let me see Reuben. Man, you see Reuben 1,000, 2,000 years later. Where they'd be at. You see, what they'd be eating, what jobs they would have in this chapter. It tells you the weaknesses, the wars they would have. So you see, when you know history, you can link it up and see who these people are today. It says, gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. You see how he's using Jacob and Israel? Same thing. Read Genesis 35 and 10. And Jacob's name was changed to Israel when he fought the angel. And the angel said, okay, you know, you wrestled me, you got me to a draw, you know, so I'm going to give you a new name now. Your name shall be Israel. You know what you call Jacob, for he is a prince of power. You got a new name. And the vibration, who you're going to be as a father now, had to require a name. That was good for that time. Now it's coming to the power zone in his destiny, and it had to be named for that. Okay. Now, 3, Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginnings of my strength.
Where you at?
3rd verse. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and excellency of power. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, and then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch. So you see, when I told you earlier, Reuben went and laid with one of his father's concubines. So he lost the firstborn status. You see, and as you read in 2nd Ezra 13, 40 to 45, write that down. Okay. It speaks about how the 10 tribes came to America. This was anciently called a Sarith, which means another land, or newfound land. Sarith means that. In Hebrew, it's a Yahawah. And 10 tribes came here. So now you're reading about the 10 tribes now. What would Reuben be? When Reuben came in from the Middle East during the time of around 605 or the 7th century BC, they spread out throughout North, Central, and South America. Now we're going to where Reuben spread out. They would be a very small group of people and tribes, but very powerful, excellency. A lot of Reuben is down in the Florida Islanders peoples, not the ones that came later on as the Seminoles. Some of them were there. The Seminoles are a combination of Yucca Indians, Creeks, which my father was Creek, and escaped slaves. But then you had the Cayuse, who were indigenous to the land. That would be Reuben, the Cayuse, C-A-Y-U-S-E. When you read about them being there during the time when the conquistadors came under Ponce de Leon and named the land Florida, which means flowers, and they were there fighting him out of Everglades. So that would be Reuben. Then later on, the tribes came in and had a lockdown during the Seminole Wars. So some of the Seminoles are Reuben, but you can't just put Seminoles or Reuben like you might run across. You would have to say the Florida Islander natives there, which are the Cayuse, the Indians, and other sub-names, but Cayuse is what I see mostly. And you would also see, I have a book at home called Lost Tribes of the Promised Land by...
I just put the 12 tribes on the back.
Okay.
On the other side right here.
There's a book I have called Lost Tribes of the Promised Land by Ronald Sanders. And there's a Spanish explorer named Montesinos who was being escorted by the Indians down in Middle America, you see. And then the Indians escorted him to a place in Ecuador, namely Quito, which is the capital of Ecuador. And as the Indians come to Ecuador, these other Indians come out in a rowboat and they salute him in the Deuteronomy 6 and 4 salute of the Israelites. Hear, O Israel, Lord is one. They speak in Hebrew. It's right in the book. So the conquistador was like, "Dad, what's going on here?" And they start speaking in Hebrew. And then he asked the Indians, and they're bilingual, what are they talking to? Who are these people? You know, he said, "Oh, these are the tribe of Reuben, right here." I used that to show they were in Ecuador at this time. Ecuadorian natives.